Hello and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the fan art slideshow. Ah!
It was a very good surprise.
It was a good surprise.
Me and Liz talked about Love Live.
They did.
Yep, that was 99% of what happened during this break was Claudia and Liz talking about Love Live. And let me just say, there are very few ways to describe Love Live that don't sound creepy. Or
especially
a lot of talk from them and a lot of sideways glances from the rest of us.
Genuinely, the way I enjoy talking about it most is by talking about sacrificing girls in order to make better girls. Like
Sometimes llamas.
sometimes
llamas.
I just got a big fluffy dog.
In that vein, if you have fan art, please submit said fan art to us. We love fan art. It's amazing. It makes us super very happy. We have a link. We want to include it in the fan art slideshow. In order to get that to happen, please use the link. It is in chat and submit it. And if you're not sure, go talk to your nearest Happy Dappy moderator and they will get you directions to said link. Yes, Claudia.
I show my mom fan art to try to explain what I'm doing on Wednesday nights. So the more fan art you give, the more you make me look important to her, which is very important for me.
That's very, very sweet.
That's like genuine.
My parents are still trying to figure out exactly what improv theater is. And I've been doing that for 10 years. So.
Don't get me started on
You just, I don't know.
You don't have a script? So you just make it all up.
You know, this would be really great for one of your sketches.
Yeah.
That's the number.
Is that what you
Maybe my mom can give Twitch lessons to everybody.
Yeah, no, your family's like, got it.
We got multiple Twitch affiliates in the family.
My father
like,
gets
subscribing to stuff.
It's pretty great. So
my dad gets upset if I don't say hi to him when he's in chat, so he stopped watching.
Vaguely, yeah, I think so.
And I was like, I'm not looking at the chat at all times. He's like, but you talk to other people.
Am I too quiet? Is it because Claudia's too loud?
No. Just somebody said it sounded like it was playing away from me.
Fair enough.
I'm clicking the link.
In the meantime, other things to remember. Hi, we are Geek Space TV, a non-profit streaming studio / broadcasting space in the Seattle area, and we are very excited to be here, but we are also, not reliant, but thankful, also reliant on your support and generosity. We are reliant on it. So there are many ways that you can do that. One, if you do not have the monies, we still appreciate things like hosts and tweets and...
What just happened?
Claudia, you okay?
Claudia?
It's fine, I just fell behind the door.
Are you...
Yep, I'm fine.
You okay though?
I'm fine.
Alright.
Because we're going to use those things for L&I insurance, it's unclear at this point. But yes, things like sharing it out, encouraging other people to watch it, posting about it on various forms of social media.
Tree cut
down. No! Tree cut down. And
there she
also,
is.
things like donations are very helpful to us. We will be reading out the rest of the donations after this show concludes. We also have a Patreon that you should go look at because there are sweet perks and bonuses that you can get, and it's a really great way to set up a regular monthly donation that help us hit our goals for each episode and eventually work towards being able to add more shows in during the week. So if you're like, I love RPGs and I want more RPGs and I want more people to watch them, this is the best way that you can make that happen. They're really cool people, and we want to get them all involved.
And we really want to do some cosplay shows.
And we want to do cosplay shows.
Wait, what?
Well, a cosplay show, cosplay crafting show.
I don't know if you hear that, but we want to do a cosplay crafting show.
I would love to do
We want to
crafting.
do stuff with VR.
And VR. And right now we're filming in 360 video. It's really cool. So,
We should do a cosplay crafting show where someone tries to teach me how to do stuff so you do it really competently and I do it very
Can I also join with the very poorly
it would
side
just
learning?
be like, did you ever watch those, maybe they were very British, but it was like the shows, like art shows where they would show you how to make something inevitably out of like toilet roll, like the tubes, the toilet roll tubes, and then a lot of paint, but then they would always like be like, make a little portion of it, and then they'd be like, and here's one I made earlier, and then bring out the completed version of it, and you're like, how do you
There's
get
several
from step A
steps
to
in
step
there.
B? And then you're a child and you're covered in glue and you're forcing your parents to save all of the toilet rolls in the house.
It's like, draw a circle, and now draw the entire face.
Yeah, and then draw the rest of the owl.
Just want to point out that you like flipped into an English accent for like just a
here's
second
one
there.
I made
And it was
earlier.
beautiful. No, even before that, it was beautiful.
Oi, governor, here's what I made earlier.
Oi, governor! Right, governor.
on me.
Oh, I found my voice. for this upcoming Friday.
Who wants
made a
to
doy out of a
play
doy.
with me?
Can you take their mics off?
Like,
So, let's reintroduce very quickly our characters, and then we'll jump into the action, because stuff happened.
Oh, it's me first. Less annoying too.
No, that means you're the Oh.
I did
know
not
about
think
that.
That's
how I was
true.
basing my
It's true.
decisions,
It's
so.
true. She did.
Best
She did.
British accent.
Best. It's
Best British accent.
Yes! Best British accent
I'm
table.
going
Hello,
last.
everybody. My name is Elizabeth Bold. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Elizabeth Bold. You can find me on my own stream, and also here, right now. It's fucking amazing. We're playing Ziana. Holy shit.
Right.
Hi everybody, I am Cheryl Platts, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch. I stream most Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, but I am also right here, and I play Hexy Kate, the psionic entertainer. Does shit, their mind. Boom.
Cheers, mate.
No, don't stop. You gotta keep going.
Jackass.
Now you've committed to it.
Jkidash.
Dang!
Dong.
Dong. Dong. Because the
Dang.
big band goes dong.
Yes, Big
Yeah.
Ben goes dong.
What country are we now?
Just let her go. Let her finish.
Okay, sorry.
We're just taking a world trip around the world with these accents.
Yeah, Please don't die.
I'm flying Kika.
Okay, now do me.
What?
Do my introduction.
Or something.
Wait.
Or be British.
I can't do it.
Do you know what his
Oh.
name is?
I'm Kenny. K-A-N-N-Y, Lieutenant. Sup, y'all? I used to go by Conrad, but then family shame. I'm the best boy.
Do you know what his real name is?
Oh, Dan Poslin. Find him at Dan Poslin.
And that's all you need.
And I am Random Tuesday. I am your GM for this evening. We last left the crew of the Batla.
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, announcements, reminders, announcements. This Friday, we are not going to be doing Exalted. We are going to be doing, I want to say spoopy?
Spikadelic.
Spikadelic.
Agents of
Agents of Groove, not spoopy Agents of Gadelic.
We're just a hot mess right now. I fell.
Psychedelic
We're great.
Agents of Groove,
No, this is a
vaguely
sweet spot.
1960s psychedelic spy RPG going to be GM'd by none other than Anageeks.
I can blame my bad accent on hitting my head when I
And
fell.
on Saturday we're going to be doing brunch.
Brunch, brunch,
Everybody!
We're going to be doing brunch as part of the Geek Space TV family, live streamed for your entertainment and enjoyment on the internet. There'll be pancakes, there'll be waffles, there'll be
Waffles were hesitant.
something awful. I don't know.
Breakfast
I lost it.
is done. Breakfast is done.
Come over! Come over!
Done.
Don't you want more of this?
It's done.
So I recommend you check out Geek Space TV on Friday night and Saturday morning. It's gonna be glorious. The crew of the Batleth, however, returned to Janus Landing. As
Alright.
they observed around them in space a significant number of other spaceships making their way quickly to the edge of the solar system, and then I guess I was told they're not solar systems unless it's our solar system. They're star systems. Star systems. To the edge of
That
the
makes
star
sense.
system, because ours is Sol.
So,
To the edge of the system, and then very quickly exiting into thread space. Kika managed to put together a few garbled messages over the comms, saying something along the lines of attack and monsters, and Janus is lost.
Captain, we're gonna need the crew. Beep beep.
I'm right here.
Oh, convenient. Janice is down. I am assuming it's, Hollows.
Do we have any way of confirming that it's the Rays and not Spirates?
Give me a second. And Ari, are you in the Batleth, or are you on Sorin's bridge?
I think we're on Surrey.
We're on
Sorin's
Sorin,
bridge?
yeah.
Give me a second, and they sort of sweep over and pull up some images and begin running some scans. That's not good. There's a scout ship. A raised scout ship. And she pulls up the image, and you see Janus landing, and there is essentially glommed onto it a smaller version of the rays that you saw previously.
How much smaller?
It is slightly smaller than Sarin.
Oh, that's
About
convenient.
comparative size.
Except we don't have any kind of weaponry.
How small? How many people can be on that ship?
This is a scout ship. It would normally have maybe 50 crew,
We can't kill 50 people.
designed to be a boarding and raiding party to gain information about a specific territory before the rest of the fleet come in to destroy the territory. The rest of the fleet's going to be on its way, but there must be, and she like pulls the image and the scans around, and you see the ship is essentially consuming portions of Janus Landing. Like you can see the sections of the space station has been corroded and
floating
like
debris.
there's debris kind of coming off of the space station. I just think it's consuming it for resources.
Is there anything we can do?
I don't. Besides,
Attack
watch?
it?
Wait, you said that it's trying to figure out information.
Yes.
By eating this, how much will it learn about the galaxy?
Depends on how many people it gets a hold of.
So if they
Would have
Were-
learned from your scientists.
Were any of the ships that we saw fleeing, or like would even just know from having been at Janus Landing, were there like battleships there that would have been able to?
Janus Landing is relatively small. None of those ships would have been battle capable.
So the Batleth might have been actually the only ship.
They
that
have weapons. They would be the
have
equivalent. Like
weapons,
the Batleth would be kind of on par with them. There wouldn't be any like.
I'm just
warships
wondering,
there.
what are the chances that like any they were met with any resistance, or if just people fled?
Go ahead and give
without-
me a no and intelligence.
Yeah. 6.
Conrad does not feel like any of the military forces that were available at Janus Landing would have posed any significant threat to any significant military force. They were at best spirates and mercenaries.
Do I feel like the Batleth actually poses a threat to it, or
The Batleth is at best a spirate or mercenary.
yeah?
Are those fries flammable in any way?
I mean, most things that are alive are flammable.
I'm just thinking out loud. If somebody was able to set inanimate objects on fire, a space station is an inanimate object.
You're going to set it on fire from
I didn't
here?
say I was going. Well, no, that's the thing. I need to be able to see it.
It should just leave. If they
No.
find out Seren is here,
but you are right. If it eats something that's on fire, it will then be destroyed from the inside out.
No, we are not. We can't. If we allow Seren to be destroyed,
Well,
if we put Seren in that much danger,
I'm not
then
ask-
there is not going to be anything to stop the rot.
I'm not asking Seren to go down there.
we don't know if there's anyone left
I-
on it. There's ships leaving. Maybe we should just leave
Yeah, but
as well.
you said that they learn everything, right?
I have a question. The scout ship, it learns. Are the rays like a hive mind? Is anything that it's learning now already available to the others?
They would have to communicate. Do you remember the signal that was sent?
Yes.
They wouldn't have been able to send much information on that. It was the death throes of the rays. But if this ship makes enough of a hold, it will be able to establish communications with the rest of the fleet. That's why they send it. It's like sending a bird into a mining colony where if it dies, then you know to leave
So
or
if we-
not to follow.
That's perfect. If we destroy this scout ship, then it will know to stay away
We
from
don't have weapons. What will we destroy it with?
the. Look, a floating satellite like this has to keep in orbit, or in some sort of way, it's got to have enough power on it to make a big flammable target.
Genis Landing is not going around a planet, correct?
No, it's going
just
around the sun.
Yeah.
Still has
Okay,
oxygen
I mean-
stores on it.
Like, it's still incredibly strong. Like, there's a generator in there that if we can reverse polarity, it'll make a backup that'll blow it out of this
Kika?
star system.
There are some things you just can't reverse the polarity of.
Kika,
Tell that to your soon-to-be droid.
Do you want me to get closer? We don't have enough information right now.
the scouts, they're absorbing the station, so they're pretty much linked with it, right, until they're done.
Yes.
Let's get a bit closer. Kika,
We're getting closer?
just a little. Kika, we need to figure out, or Hexy, we need to figure out how any kind of scanners technology work on Seren, and I want to know, what do you think it would take to degrade the orbit of Genis Landing?
Into the sun? I mean, a big enough push will do anything.
But how do we do that?
I still vote for exploding.
Why not both?
Decreasing orbit.
You'd have to be on it.
No, I just need to be able to see it.
Let's just.
You need to be able to see, like, the
We don't have
space
windows.
station itself is significantly larger than 400 kilos.
Right. Well, right. But like to see the thing I want. If we were able to figure out a region that would be
Right, or
particularly
even
vulnerable.
Oh.
just the tower that transmits, because that's what I'm worried about.
Oh.
If we can destroy the transmission tower, then it won't gain that.
The rest of the rays are on their way.
The rays communicate in the same way that we do. There's no transmission tower, there's a consciousness.
This is insane. There's nothing we can do to stop them, and right now the only hope, it seems, for the galaxy is every moment we're still here, we're putting it in peril, aren't we?
At what point do we stop being ineffectual? And when a larger ship comes, are we going to be any more prepared to take it down?
No!
We can save lives by stopping them from coming any further here?
Aryuta, do you have a way of recording what Seren is seeing? Recording it in data that we could potentially send to the mechanical fleets, that they would understand.
With some help, we could find a way. We're not really built that way.
But the Bat'leth probably can, right?
That's
You-
true.
You don't have your programmer, though. Theo was surprisingly good at hacking this ship.
Kika, could we do something like that at on the Bat'leth?
Give me enough time, I can do anything with that Bat'leth.
I haven't got time.
Look, let's just. I agree. I think. Do you want to do programming? Do you want?
Okay, okay.
Do
So
you want to look at the
Ziana
ship
would-
first, or do you want to record the ship first?
We
'Cause
need
I
to.
can only
Well,
do
we
one
need
at
to
a
see it in order to
Going
record it.
to
We're
take
going
us closer.
Yes.
time. Okay.
Hold on to something.
Oh God.
Like your stomachs. Quite expertly, she ramps up, and this ship takes this sort of large arc and ends up pulling all the way around the station, kind of looping in closer each time as it does, giving you this very full image. You see that 3D rotation of Genis Landing, like the structure of the station, and then essentially the front act section. You remember the part where the Bat'leth got impaled on. Impaling multiple spikes into Genis Landing. You
Okay.
can see them going up, like through large portions of it. And then as that sections appear to be where the destruction is happening, you also see like a number of sort of smaller sections being grappled onto from largely the underside of it, as the top armored plating. The entire ship looks like a more armored version of Seren, but also a much more constructed version compared to the rays that you saw before. It's sort of tapered body covered in those metallic and iridescent plates, and you see like a few lines of this bioluminescent almost pulsing and glowing up its sides.
Is there any evidence of any storage tanks?
The outside of the rays doesn't have
No,
anything
but
that you would
the
look.
space station, anything you can see on it?
You see a couple of like small ships that are still there, but they look like the sorts of ships that wouldn't have thread drives, like small jumper ships. You remember going past Genis Landing and seeing like just a huge number of these sort of like trading ships, these merchant ships, things around the size of the Batleth. That's largely what the station was equipped for. They are all gone. Like clearly they cleared out of this system incredibly quickly. You would also know that there are two other planets in the Genis. No, there's one inhabited planet in Genis.
So that means if we let this happen, that planet's gone.
Let me pull up the name of this planet. You know, it's literally on this page, that there is a not particularly populated planet within the Genis system. It's largely, there is like resources that people access. It was a gold, like the equivalent of a gold rush planet a while back. So there are sort of more outposts and inhabitants, but there are probably around 1 billion inhabitants or so on that planet.
I don't know what we can do. The race fleet is going to be on its way anyway.
Captain,
But if we destroy the ship, then they're
Captain.
going to turn away.
Yes.
we're getting a signal.
Who's speaking to me?
This is Oksana.
I thought that sounded like. I thought I recognized those annoyed tones. What is it, Oksana? Put it through.
There's a very clear distress signal. You won't like it though. Do you want visuals?
Yes.
She pulls up a picture and you get this kind of in your VR overlay, and it's an Iratos, the bird people. It is a female, this sort of feathered brown head, very sort of sleek back. Interestingly enough, they are not wearing their sort of more traditional armor. They have kind of like a draped robe on, and their face is very close to a vid screen. And the message goes, "My name is Clariskis. My name is Clariskis. Is there's anyone there? We're trapped. Everyone abandoned this Genis landing, and there are a few of us left here. There's something here as well. If anyone can help us out, please. This is our location," and then sends a signal with
She's
a map.
on Genis Landing.
They're on Genis Landing.
What portion are they on?
They're in one of the sections. It looks like they hold up inside one of the sort of engineering portions around like the central structure of it. I told
So,
you wouldn't like it.
the moment the Eratos comes on to the screen, Ziana just tenses and gets visibly angered, despite the woman's clear distress.
What is on the screen?
Which screen?
Did you want me to send it to everyone?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Oh, I thought.
I thought it was
I
like
thought
a
y'all
big-
could see
No,
it.
it's not. It's not on.
Oh,
the,
it's on my phone?
Yeah, it's on your
Oh,
phone because
okay.
you're not. There's no
Oh.
It's
Gotcha.
not as like I.
Oh, yeah,
cannot
yeah, yeah.
integrate with this
Yeah.
very
Right, 'cause we're in-
strange
okay.
ship.
That's right. Okay.
I can hear it.
Yeah. She sends it. Go ahead and send it to everyone. Arsana, do we have any way of getting a signal back?
I suppose.
Is it just a repeating? No, is it just
This
a
is a
repeating
repeating
signal?
message.
Okay.
When did it
I-
start? Because if it started like 3 hours ago, they might not be there.
I picked it up fairly recently. Once we started getting closer, they may be dead. I'm sure you wouldn't mind that.
Not really. Don't give me that look.
No, I know. I'm. You know what? The Eratos, they can go
Stay.
space themselves.
She looks at Ariuta. Whatever happens, don't get any closer to Genis Landing.
Where?
Whether or not you come is up to you. You know the danger you're putting yourself in.
But you're going?
Kika, we need some kind of way. There has to be something on that station that we can use to degrade the orbit before we get off of it.
Let me get my stuff.
You can stay if you want.
I'm not staying.
Captain, if we're going to do this, we should send Ariuta and the Leviathan back into thread space and just take
I'm
the
not-
Batleth.
I'm leaving you here.
Well,
You won't be able to escape from the scout ship if it tries to come after you.
Just
Will-
keep your distance. If it starts to come for you, protect Surin.
You're my crew.
And I am the captain. She puffs herself up, trying to seem more captain-like. And this is my order.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, a little bit surprised that worked.
Tiny boosters, tiny little boosters on the ship at all that I can take with me, like little.
Like boots that
No,
make-
or just like a little, or like a, I don't know, like a fire extinguisher, or something that can give a little bit of propellant.
Sure, yeah, probably yes.
Yeah, they
We
take-
have,
take
like some
something like-
pressurized cans.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, just
yeah, like,
yeah.
like when you use like pressurized air cans that you
And
use to clean parts of the ship.
It's a last-ditch escape plan.
To blow a hole and just
No,
get into
to get us away from the just everything's.
I believe that you know what you're doing. Lieutenant,
Aye, Captain.
now's the time. Staying or going?
Oh, I'm coming with.
He's
I-
with a hollow.
Yeah, that is my concern as well.
Do you... Should I come?
You could tell him he's not allowed to come if he's not immune. He shouldn't come. It's irresponsible.
It is irresponsible, but it's his
None of this is
irresponsibility.
responsible. This is ridiculous.
Do you suggest that we just let those people die?
The mission is to protect this ship so that there is a possibility of actually defeating this enemy in the long run. I don't like leaving these people to die any more than you do, but if we're not protecting this ship, everyone dies.
That's why we're.
Maybe I'm just sick of letting the few suffer for the greater good. Maybe I just want to try and do something. And if at the same time we can put that thing into the sun so that it can't send all of the information that it has to the other rays and delay whatever it is that they're planning here, there are 1 million people on that planet.
If the scout ship doesn't report back, the rays will look elsewhere first. It buys us time. It makes this sector safer. For now.
Does someone want to translate that for me?
Ziana won't translate. Just directly.
Actually,
Okay, well,
And we might actually be able to follow the path of the rays back to wherever they came from, making it slightly easier to get back to Promisa. Oh, this is a terrible idea.
Is there something on the Ray's ship we should be getting before we attempt to
We're
push it
boarding
into
the
the
Ray's
sun? I'm not saying we're boarding the Ray's ship. I'm just asking.
If you have time to get into it and pull out some of its central console, I guess if I went,
Are you immune to what they were doing?
yes,
Okay,
I'm literally the only one of my people that is.
just checking.
My people. I will stay here with Surin. If you make it onto the rays, you might be able to get some information, but it's not necessarily worth the risk. We can find it some other way as well.
Can you stay within comms range?
Yes.
All right.
And if he starts,
she's pointing at me.
do you want me to just sneak up on him?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
It's his choice. If he wants to, if you want, you know what you're risking. If one of them gets a hold of
Slap
you,
him in the
scratches
face.
you, you're going to become one of those things, and I'm not letting you back on this ship.
Respectfully, Captain, I bring my own immunity.
Captain,
That is not going to work. You are being stupid and throwing your life away, but I'm not going to tell you not
Captain,
to do it.
From where I'm standing, we're all being stupid and throwing our lives away.
Fair enough.
They might be stronger than the ones you faced on the last race.
Oh, good.
Oh my goodness, what? I'm sorry. This is Claudia. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
It's almost like they leveled up to.
I didn't level up this last time. I was like,
Claudia
this is
was
gonna
in
be
the
fun.
car. She's like, I haven't leveled up. It'll be fine. I laughed.
Like, I was like, this is gonna be an intermediate, like soft, fuzzy episode.
Remember, they've had a few tritium years as well since the dead one you last met.
Right, the one we met was basically half destroyed as it was, and this one is perfectly healthy. Great, great. They're going to be stronger.
We don't need to take them all on. We're just using the station against it. That's all.
I like that phrase.
When you die, I'm going to feel bad about it, and that makes me angry. Let's go.
Hexy just throws a look.
Get your shit, let's go. Kika?
I'm already at left. I immediately
All right.
walked into that left.
Ziana is going to grab her, pull on her armor very quickly. It works like that. And grab her sword from her room on the way out. And we're gonna head to the bat left.
Awesome.
I'm gonna really quickly go to Oksana. Like, Oksana, can you record everything? Like, I don't care what camera you use. I like your front camera. I think it's got the best DPI
Thank
going
you.
on.
I've put a lot of effort into this front
It
camera.
really shows. I know. And if I don't come back, or I would like you to transmit it as long as you can and a repeat every 5 minutes. Put whatever spin you want on it. I trust you.
You're probably all going to die protocols.
Also, please remember, if we don't come back,
Silence
put
us.
yourself on a virus. I have it. Check your
Are you asking me to kill myself?
No, listen. On the Z2 drive, there is a small, I've put it, you can download yourself and I got this off the Shady Dealer, but it will make you into a virus. Then you're just gonna jump. There's a small, jump yourself, find a new ship, because you are immaculate.
Thank you, Kika. I'm not sure you understand how this works.
Thea's the programmer.
Oh no, I definitely don't.
I love it when it's half Oksana, half Lauren.
Don't worry, Kika. Thea has set me up with a few situations.
But I put a Z2 drive for you.
It's got music files on it. It's really good.
I'm just
I
saying.
promise
Math, bro.
I will in no way abuse any virus transfer powers you may have given me.
Great. I actually trust you because you have protocols.
Naturally, all of my protocols are currently enabled.
That's probably a lie, but that's fine.
I do
Lying
not have the lying
protocol,
protocols
isn't it?
enabled.
Oh, it's a conundrum.
But yeah, I get my bow, and I have a couple, and my bow is smaller than most
Damn
bows.
show I'm on has some kind of killer AI.
And I have a little stabby, and I have my mono tool.
Oksana's the final boss of this game. If you don't realize.
Oh, I also get a
It's a
new,
recurring theme in my life.
I get a new little headlamp microphone, but this one, I've programmed to take any song and just turn it to a higher frequency. So I can listen to rock music at a frequency only I can hear. And dogs.
You and dogs.
Me and dogs can have a party. Maybe dolphins.
Good luck. Please don't die.
Not knowing what you have told Oksana, Ziana would also give her similar orders. Oksana, record everything, and
Would you also like me to record the showers?
no. Why do you have
Why
the
are there
capability?
cameras in the shower?
The showers are retrofitted from another room.
Oh, I'm
Are
going
you
to
aware
have
that there are cameras in every room on the ship?
a conversation with Thea when she gets back.
Thea installed them shortly after salmon bars.
That is not true. There is no no way that's actually true.
Now I know you have the lying protocol enabled.
Damn it! I thought I could throw her under the bus
Oh,
again.
no.
But
I can
we,
just sense that Oksana just really cares about us. Wants to make sure we're fine
Yeah.
at every moment.
yeah.
There's gotta be.
Captain,
This is-
if
Oksana-
anywhere else to be captain on this ship, they would immediately disable me. Please do not die.
I will
They try
attempt
to.
that very hard. Please transmit the data that you're receiving, visual and all, along ICA channels.
I will send it across all frequencies. Conveniently, Conrad is still currently logged in.
Excellent. He always forgets to hit the little ICA L symbol.
You gotta log out of your ICA email
I
account.
guarantee.
I don't know
we
how to
just
log
say
out
it.
of my Gmail. Seriously,
You don't log out of your Gmail. Why would
and
you?
you
have
never
to
log
in
in
every
console.
time.
I am a military trained professional.
Who's high on Space Mountain Dew a
All
lot.
the
And
time.
To be fair-
leave. You're
She has
afraid
a
that your
keylogger.
credentials will get revoked if you log out.
It is very hard to log out of Gmail as a person who has
Yeah.
tried. Like, so even if you press all the buttons, like, it still remembers that you're there. And I guarantee Oksana's like,
You
I see it.
like
Do you
100%.
need help logging
Thea,
out of your Gmail?
I
can
figured
help
it
you
out.
with
I
that.
went to the help side.
100% either Thea or Oksana or both separately have installed keyloggers in certain consoles and have all of our passwords to all of our
They have
mails.
They have my JTunes account and they keep buying new songs.
I will ensure this information is transmitted for as long as I am capable of it.
Thank you. I guess we will pilot ourselves to Janet's Landing.
Yay!
What is your approach technique? Who's piloting, by the way?
I mean,
Your pilot is higher than my pilot,
it
isn't
is.
it? Yeah.
You probably want me piloting.
Yeah, I want you piloting.
Do we have a plan
I'm
before
getting
we go
ready
in? I
for-
would like to actually plan the plan.
We need information before we have a plan.
The plan is that we're going to try and find that lady.
Klariskis.
Yeah, that
Clar.
person, Clar,
Kariski.
and whoever she's with, save them incredibly heroically and in a way that she clearly does not deserve. And then we're going to try and, I don't know, blow something on the ship or do something scientific. The engineering to push it into the sun. That's
Okay.
where you come in.
So we know like where geographically is the distress signal coming from relative to the race ship.
So, let's use a model. This is like Janet's Landing.
Okay.
It's a space station, and there's a lot of layers. The race ship is here,
Yeah.
and they're like in the center of it.
Why
about
would
here.
they be in the center?
Because all of the escape pods are gone, and the engineering is the easiest place to shut yourself off.
Can we dock on the opposite side? Can we
Yeah.
dock
Like, can
on
we?
this side?
You duck.
Yes.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
like
so it's a
docks
race.
all the way up and down.
We'll go up, and then they'll come down, and we'll never see them.
Yes.
I mean, this is a question, I guess. Do I think there is a way to approach that? Like, do they already know we're there? Or is there like any
Your
chance
ship
of stealth,
is-
or,
Well,
in my opinion?
Take our problems
necessarily.
and push them into the sun. Like this.
You would suspect that it's kind of a crapshoot about whether or not they already know that you're there. You can be less obvious in your approach. There are like things still, like ships seeming to flee that they are not really following. Like the scout ship is clearly focused on the station currently, as opposed to pursuing vessels that are leaving. You likely, by doing the opposite, might draw more attention to yourself, but it is potentially possible that you wouldn't be able to avoid detection because you're at visual range at that point, but you can at least make yourself less.
Is there any way we could fake being adrift into the direction of the space station?
Yeah.
And then just
You would
turn
have to
the engines
essentially
on,
cut
right.
your power
Yeah.
for a longer period of time and then turn them back on. You'd have to set yourself on the right sort of trajectory, cut the power, make it look like you're drifting, and then bring the power back online.
All right, Captain. I'm going to propose we do a poor Stanley.
Speak to me like I've never been to the ICA Academy.
we're gonna cut the power and drift in, make it look like we're just space trash, and then we'll hit the power on just at the last moment so we can dock.
I'm going to assume that that was not a intentional disparaging comment about my ship. Congratulate you on what I think is a quite clever plan, and leave you to it.
If I die, I would like to not be named after garbage.
Okay.
If you die, you're still named Kika.
No, but like poor Stanley, it's space garbage. I would not like a Kika to be like,
Well,
and
I
you
don't
throw
know-
the garbage into the can and it like gets it. Like
None of
won't
you,
let that happen.
none of you people know the legend of poor Stanley.
no.
Tell us while you're doing it.
I thought everyone knew about poor Stanley.
All right, so this is going to need to be a coordinated effort between the pilot and the engineer in order to cut the power at the right time.
I guess I don't get to hear the story. Like,
I mean, you can still hear it over comms.
I'm gonna
Not
be
everything was
listening.
being recorded.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Oh
so
God,
I'm
this
gonna.
isn't
read
being
to you
recorded,
later.
is it? I wasn't specific.
Please
enough.
have-
You said everything.
Wasn't specific
Record and
enough.
transmit
I wasn't specific.
everything.
Please have.
Specific enough.
Please have your
really weren't.
suits close to you because we might lose oxygen at a quicker rate because, well, Thea is gone, but we also have a +1, but we also have our Yuta.
I mean-
so we still have a +1. So we're gonna lose oxygen
Ari
at
is
a.
on Sorin, not with you.
Oh, well we're fine then. We'll have the same amount of
Have to give
oxygen.
her orders
loss.
to stay behind.
I'm gonna do engineer stuff when you ask me to.
So go ahead and roll your piloting first.
Oh my goodness gracious.
13.
Very nice. So you quite
You
deftly
rolled 3. What did you do?
I always roll 3 for fix.
you very deftly set the ship up for the correct trajectory that essentially you have enough momentum that when the power is cut you'll be able to drift and essentially make a beeline fairly directly towards the underside and kind of the opposite side of the raised ship. How was your power cutting?
10.
10. Not quite as expertly. It's like maybe a moment too late, but not anything particularly.
It's not as bad
noticeable,
as like I flip the switch, the lights go on and
Yeah.
they go off.
Only Conrad really knows this because he's the only one who has experience with this particular maneuver, apparently. So you cut the power and the ship drifts silently in space.
What's the story of Flat Stanley?
Poor Stanley.
Flat Stanley is a different
Flat
story.
Stanley, yeah. That was his cousin.
So we're drifting.
You are drifting silently through the darkness of space. There is no power. There is no hum of engines.
Oh no.
There is no nothing.
So unnerving.
But I can see.
Hexy hovers close to the captain, but not in a scared way, just like a weird, like, wants to be in the region just in case.
As everyone knows, poor Stanley was a merchant in the early days of Ica. He never had much luck, which is why he became to be known as Poor Stanley. But he found, in the end, he was able to sell the trash from that was disposed of by larger freighters for more money than he could the actual goods that he was being paid to ship around. So he would sneak up really close to large freighters and then kill his engines. And then as they went into thread space, they would first drop all of their trash out. He would collect that trash, and it made him slightly less poor. But he still was known as Poor Stanley. The end.
As your story wraps up, the silence continues to stretch. You make the judgment call using visuals to have the power come back on. Flip the switch, the lights come back on the ship, and you are almost directly underneath Jettis Landing, and you're able to dock. You hear just a small sound from Oksana. Please don't do that again.
You turned her off.
Turned everything off.
Literally,
Probably pissed off.
essentially killed her.
for a second.
Oh my goodness, have we never done that before?
It's like taking a nap.
Battery backup.
It's not like taking a nap, is it? Because you. Because you don't know if you're gonna come back.
No one knows if they're going to come back when they go to sleep.
I didn't even
Let's
warn
not have
her.
an
Life is
existential
terrible.
crisis. She's fine.
Okay. Where you going? We're docked?
The ship docks with one of the further down station dock ports.
How comfortable are you carrying her?
Let's go.
Kika,
I mean,
I'm gonna need to get a little closer than I think you're comfortable with.
do you wear this?
I've got my backpack on.
You have your backpack on?
Yeah, you can ride on the backpack.
Is the backpack full?
Yes.
No.
There's a little space in it if you
I'm
want
not gonna I'm not gonna open it and get myself in. I thought it was like an empty backpack. I don't know why you would carry an empty
Yeah,
backpack.
it's, in case I find stuff.
Yeah. No, there's a little hockey thing.
This gun has been cocked like 18 times. Yeah, right. Okay.
Just checking it.
I can see
19.
like Kika's little feet gripping
Yeah,
on those like
the
bottom,
bottom
straps,
straps.
holding on and like curved around the backpack.
Adorable.
Yeah, and then I have like my bow is weirdly. Can we just? Nah, it's a traditional bow. Cause curse, my. Ugh.
Look at
That's
you.
what you establish it as.
Yep,
You
because
had-
my great grandmother had a bow, and then her son had a bow, and now I have to have.
and for some reason, even though you are in space,
We still have to keep some of our traditions.
We'll get you a better, spacier bow
Literally, I think a compact bow.
after we get out of this.
All right.
you dock. You enter onto the ship. Or onto the space station. As you notice in the hallways, there is that kind of emergency lighting, that very sort of low greenish light, really running on the reserve power cells. It is in the area that you dock. It's almost silent, like you hear the sounds of your footsteps as you're walking through the station. There are no other large ships. There's a couple of like small within system ones that people would probably not have taken to escape with, that might sit a handful of people. The machinery that would normally be used to repair or move equipment is all still. And the power is out. I assumed you all checked and are wearing some sort of respiration gear just in case, and are prepared.
To lose Atmo.
Kika, just so you know, sometimes in heavy combat situations, I'm awesome, and I get extremely acrobatic, so just be ready for that.
Okay. Listen. Sometimes I can also jump off. I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. That would be great. Like, we're not like a steed and rider. You're just faster at moving than me, and that's useful right now.
I just don't want to startle you if it happens.
Just a warning would be nice.
Okay, well, I'll do my best.
Okay. Let's do this. This is great. I trust you.
I trust you too, and I'll do my best to protect you.
I'll keep my ears out.
Great.
And I do like a little like scritchy in your hair. No.
Hexie's looking around for signs of the life support systems. Anything that would pipe back oxygen through the station.
There's most of it here, like it's more on par with, say, the Batleth than like higher Ica finishing on the interior. So there's like piping and sort of tubing and things that are more exposed. Like you take away the ceiling tiles, sort of, they didn't really bother with that level of finishing. You're walking on floors that are mostly grates, and like underneath there's other
Alien.
things running through it. So there's definitely, like, you don't know for sure what any of those things are, but there's combinations of fluids and gases and electricity running through most of those things.
So you said that the distress signal is coming from the engine area at about the midpoint of the ship?
That's
Excellent. I think
yeah,
that's where
that's
we all need to
convenient.
go anyways. So, Ziana, if no one objects, is going to start leading the group in the direction of the distress signal. We're pretty familiar with the station.
You get through sort of the initial area, this portion is fairly familiar to you. It's like the sort of standard, the places where the shops would be. At this point, in this section, you're not seeing any particular evidence of fighting or damage.
There's no
You
lights.
do see a lot of evidence of people having picked up stuff very rapidly. Like things look like they have been left as people emergency left. Like there's like knocked over bowls of a left steaming bowl of soup that has just been sort of abandoned at this point. It's probably cold, but like you see kind of the signs that people left very quickly and rapidly, grabbing whatever they had on them and heading out. Go ahead, everybody, and give me a notice and wisdom.
I didn't test roll the dice today, and that's probably going to be a bad idea. Wait. I have alert. Doesn't that do something?
I don't know.
Oh, it means
Alert
it can't
means
be
you can't be surprised.
surprised attacked, which is
Um,
good. 4.
Okay, Conrad
we're both
and
alert and we both
Ziana,
got
what,
4.
like,
why I got
like,
alert.
sort of what group are you, kind of formation are you intending to walk in?
So unless somebody else had a better idea
You
or
can lead.
wanted to do something else, Ziana would have suggested Ziana in front, Hexy, I guess close behind, and then you with Kika in the back, but keeping a close group.
We got twos.
Keep a close V formation so that the guns can.
And Hexy's trying to stay in the
We're
center.
flanking you,
Yeah,
basically.
essentially, but behind.
Kika, you are familiar with this noise, and you're probably like into kind of more of the central areas of the ship. Like, if you imagine, again, using this space station cup as my model that I am.
Whoa! Did you guys
Just got little bits of coffee everywhere. Like the outer shell of the station is like your sort of common areas where like the stores are, and they sort of essentially go up all of the sides because the ships just dock all the way up.
Yeah.
And then the central portions are where you're going to have like command areas or areas with like the programming and the tech, and that's also where people live. Anyone who is an inhabitant on the station, so it's kind of like layers. Like it's like public commons,
Right.
housing, sort of engineering section, so it kind of runs up the
Oh,
length of the
so it's like
station. So
multiple-
it's like a series of layers that you sort of peel off essentially. So you're kind of going to work your way in and then up. So you get through all of the sort of common and public areas. You make your way past some of like the housing that has been abandoned. You would guess that maybe like 100,000 people would live on this station,
Okay.
or at least be in resident,
That's a lot
or
of
be
people.
like not live on it, but like at any given time, that's about how many people could be in this station. Maybe more like 50,000. It's probably.
How many ships were left outside when we docked?
You didn't see any ships of significant size. You saw maybe a where you were at, you saw maybe like a dozen like fighter-sized ships, things that would fit maybe crews of 1 or 2,
Okay.
like less than 5. You suspect that the larger like freighter ships, like something the size of the Bat Left, people would have crammed into the cargo bays.
I'm just worried about if anybody was injured and then.
I'm just grateful that it seems like most of those thousands of people are not here.
Yeah.
You also know that you are in this section of the ship, and the attack
Yeah.
is in this section
So
of the
most-
ship. So you are going to be in the area where they would have had the most time to escape. So as you make your way in, you see a lot more evidence of people having left very quickly, and you will actually end up seeing like a couple of people who appear to be dead, like they were trampled or abandoned. None of them appear to have been attacked, but like people who did not make it.
None of them turning blue.
No, none of them turning blue.
Which is like, 2 spots, 3 people.
You hear a sound that you are familiar with because you make this sound. It is the sound of something moving through a small area, like duct work.
Like a.
And it's coming from sort of down one of the hallways that you're in as you get into one of the the command areas at the station, and it sounds like something moving through the tunnels in the wall. You hear this too.
What is it, Kika?
What? No, there's no Trico here, guys. There's gonna be things jumping out.
What?
Watch vents. Watch the vents. Watch the vents. I don't-
Something around us.
Yeah, I could. There's Can I notice if there's more than one sound?
Armor
like,
up, Hexy.
like, is it gonna be like? Do I hear like two separate, like?
You would think you hear at least two separate
More than
movements,
one.
unless it's something that has more than 4 limbs each.
So if it was like a centipede.
Yeah.
Okay. It's either one centipede or it's like 3 of them, 2 of them.
I activated my armor and my
Okay.
weapon.
There is a moment, and the sound stops, and it was getting closer to you.
Us?
You were hearing this. Once you call it out, you may, like, by the time they call it out, you're like, I don't hear anything. Everybody roll initiative. You're not surprised. Because you were alert and you heard it. 1d8.
Thank you for the reminder, because I
Bless.
never remember.
Why does initiative
Wait,
hate
don't we roll all as a
me?
team? No.
That's
No,
ships.
That's ship, yeah.
Okay. I did pretty well. Look,
Hey, we're looking at
look
Aw.
at this.
Ziana still has a 1. Conrad, 5. Everyone else is 5s.
You need a bonus?
Okay, I need all of us to roll again,
Wait. Okay.
unless anyone has a bonus.
D8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even me?
No. all of the people who tied. This will determine the order that
I
they
don't
go
like
in.
D8s.
You got 6.
More time.
I'm just gonna say the 2 of you
Got
will
a
act at the
different
same
one
time.
finger I
Okay.
could
Great.
be using.
We are in sync.
All right. So,
Sorry, what's our order?
fortunately for you,
I know I'm dead freaking last.
Don't use
there's
that
the
word.
sound of metal creaking for a moment, and you see one of the panels just slams to the ground, and 3 creatures drop through.
More than 2.
More than 2. You recognize they look incredibly familiar to you. They have that pulled back taut skin, that deep sort of oil slick purple, the large tubing that sort of extends from their head. Their mouths are there. They have no mouths. They have like the flesh has been grown over, the longer limbs and sort of kind of dexterous fingers ending in
They
claws.
have fingers?
Yeah.
They had fingers
They had
before.
fingers before.
They
The-
used them
the
to claw
curved back,
us.
longer, like thinned out digigrade legs. As 2 of them drop down in front of you, and then the third one behind them. So they're a third one behind you. So
Wait,
you are
the third. So we're
flanked.
surrounded.
Yes.
Okay.
I should pull those in.
Oh yeah. Look at
Chee-chee.
you.
They are going to. So you were in front. You were in the middle, and then they were kind of in
It's
the
like a like a
in the-
V,
like a V.
essentially, a close V
So-
formation.
Ziana, Hexy, Conrad, Kika, or no, Conrad.
They're-
I'm
Kika's
on
like-
Kika.
There's just 3 points because
Yeah.
Kika's on Conrad. Okay. So the one in the front, actually both in the front, are going to come to you, holding the claws and immediately diving in for the attack.
Come at me, bro.
What's your AC?
16.
One of them is going to hit.
Ooh.
The other one is going to miss. You take 2 points of damage.
Down to 40.
The one at the back is going to aim for Hexy and dive in. Claws are going to attempt to hit you, and they're going to also miss.
Nice.
These are ones.
Are these the oh shit kind, or are these the just the regular oh shit kind?
Would recognize them as the regular oh shit kind, although they seem a little less like they were woken up from being reanimated, like from being in a cyber sleep for 20 years.
Right.
And more like maybe they got some like a good night's rest.
So they're not like.
They do not look like the ones that were infecting before.
Okay.
The rip your throat out ones. That just look like the ones that will try and
Kill you.
Kill you.
They'll
Yeah.
rip your throat out. You'll just die.
You'll just die instead of becoming one of them. Kika.
I'm going to.
And then it'll be Conrad and Hexy.
Because I practice with Hexy, I have the gunslinger, so I can whip out the bow and I can go. And I'm just gonna try to make a clean shot at the one who's closest to us. Wow, yeah, 4.
Total?
Yeah, I
On the
rolled
D20?
a 2.
You miss. Your bolt goes wide and like bounces off of the metal walls.
Oh, it's not
I
a good
said-
start.
Conrad, Hexy.
Good try,
Oh,
Kika. I say
um,
encouragingly.
Do I need to get off your
Stop
shot?
me.
Yep.
I'm about to shoot him back with my
Okay.
with my psionic combat rifle, which she has fashioned to look the same shiny color as my hair.
You're so
Ooh.
sure. Wait, so that's all blue? Is that what you said? Was it lower than a 2?
Let's just say it was not good. It's not going to hit.
It's not going to hit. Okay.
it is-
You are
yeah,
taken aback for a moment as it has attacked you. Do you need to use the cage?
My
No! Guys, don't
Yeah.
cage dice. Learn how to
Look,
love them.
You know, sometimes
They need to be taught a
you roll a
lesson.
1 and you just.
Claudia's from PETA.
I've
People
got
for the ethical
I've got
treatment
bigger
of dice.
guns.
Okay, bigger guns. Conrad.
All right, oh Jesus.
Cage! Now you know how I felt last week.
I assume a 9 is
Does not hit.
gonna. Yeah,
It does not
nothing
hit.
matters.
Wait, no, did you
Nothing
add
matters.
up your dex bonus?
Did you
plus
add
your
anything?
shoot
Did you roll a
bonus?
9?
No, sorry. Actually, it's 10.
That does not hit.
Yes.
But it's better. 'cause
It
you
is
have-
better. It's
is
better.
better.
That would hit a standard unarmed human.
Yeah.
Unarmed
would-
human.
It would hit an idiot.
Well, without armor, you have 10 AC.
All right.
So far, 3 attacks, 3 misses.
Yeah.
It's a very.
But here's the thing. She also missed 3 times.
I missed twice.
Oh,
Ziana.
twice. Oh, so 5. So we've had 4 misses.
Yeah, we've had one successful attack so far, and it was mine. Ha!
Just like to point out that I add 6 to every attack roll.
All right,
Yeah.
go for it, Ziana.
I am going to Ziana is going to take her sword
Yes.
and step up
Yes.
to the one that is not the one that Hexy. Actually, which one are you attacking? The
The
one
one
on
in the back.
The one in the back? Okay,
Yeah.
then definitely not the one you're attacking. Let's go for the one towards my right because sure. And take a swing with her sword. And roll 24 to hit.
24. That will hit.
Excellent. And then from a mono blade.
You make a nice sweeping
Ah!
stab.
And
You said I add strength to my damage, right? 6 damage.
6 damage. All right, it's a nice solid hit. They, however, respond in kind. 2 of them going to continue to attack you because you are very clearly the biggest threat.
Good.
And both of them are going to miss because they are dead to me now. And the one in the back is going to, like, it moved back slightly out of the way and is going to attempt to come in and claw you.
No.
And it's going to hit.
Who's it clawing?
Hexy.
What was the?
I rolled a 19.
Okay,
so
well,
I
I
definitely
have an
hit.
18, but so that was close.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's without bonuses. 4 damage.
Armor. Good God, woman.
Fucking wizard armor. 4
I'm
damage.
a wizard.
Hexy!
There's so much clutter coming out of this episode.
Kika.
Hexy, I'm gonna like
You can do it. I believe in you.
another like, and I'm gonna try really hard.
I hope you make the sound effects too.
I want to hit something and help the team. Yes. 20.
That will hit.
Not net.
Which one are you aiming at? The one in the back or the one she hit? Or the other one?
Probably with how I've seen combat happen, the one that just hit Hexy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the one that just hit Hexy. Alright. How much damage?
I don't add my level bonus to this one, do
No,
I?
you just add your dex in this case because you're shooting a bow.
I got 7.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 on a D6.
That's a solid amount of damage.
Yeah.
Alright.
I get in the eye socket. Yeah.
Hexy and Conrad.
whoever the hell attacked me,
Yeah,
I am back.
naturally.
Encouragement.
You're welcome.
It worked. I did it.
Burn it with fire.
15.
That'll hit.
Oh,
15's pretty solid. Like, most things don't have 18 AC.
oh, okay, that's good. I'm used to being squishy. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
Excellent. We're still hit.
Go for it.
19.
That will also hit.
My AC is 13, just to put in perspective.
Yeah. Like, a high AC is 16.
Yeah.
And then the bonus on the attack is just the attack bonus?
No, the bonus, that's the attack roll bonus, so that's what you add to the roll.
Great.
The bonus on your damage is whatever stat you use to hit with.
Not your
So
skill.
It's not your skill, just the
Okay.
stat.
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
So Hexy finally gets a shot off with dripping a few drops of blood just sort of
No!
float into the air as she does. So it's fine. Everything's fine. She's showy. She's even like rippled her knuckle to do that.
Kika's arrow was lodged in one shoulder, and then you blow back the other one and actually manage to like hurl it backwards. It sort of twitches and stops moving as it thuds to the ground.
I do 6 damage, maybe to one of the other ones.
She was aiming the one at the back, so I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
that you were aiming at the one that she attacked.
Yes.
Because I feel like you're smart. Currently, because you're
According
not.
to my
I've
little
been
drawing,
acknowledged.
it's right in front of me.
And you
I
had
don't.
hit it for 6, right? And how much did you hit it for?
6.
6. Yep. Same thing happens. This one's hurled backwards and collapses onto the ground. The one that is left is going to just like try and jump onto you and kill you. It's gonna
Well, that's
and it's gonna miss. Like leaps past you, lands like in the center of your V formation.
As it is it my turn yet?
Yeah.
As it leaps past me, Ziana turns herself around, sword in her right hand, reaches out with her left purpley, glowy sort of hand, and backhands 18, 19, 20.
That'll
Okay.
hit.
I was gonna count it.
I like how you're like, I add 6 to every one of my attack rolls, but now you keep adding like counting by ones, and like there is a part of me that's like,
Yeah, but I like.
I have a legit problem with numbers
no,
in my
it's totally
head.
fine. It's totally
I
fine.
legit think it's adorable that you tap your fingers when you count because it's very calming to me.
Oh.
Yeah,
So I
that's-
really do enjoy
I
it.
do that too.
SMRE. Fuck.
SMR.
5. 5 damage.
5 damage.
A couple times.
It sort of hurls back. I think I actually went out of a turn for it. Sorry. So it is your turn, Kika.
Is it dead?
No, the one in the middle.
It's in the
still alive.
center?
Yeah.
Did you stab it or you backhanded it?
She backhanded it and it like
Cool.
stands up and staggers slightly.
I'm smart enough to know not to jump on it, so I'm just gonna pull out another arrow and be like, and like this is odd
Make a
because
roll.
I was looking behind and now I'm looking like have to go around Conrad's head. It's gonna be fine. Maybe 15, 16.
That will hit.
Okay. Another 6, so 7.
With the final blow, you manage to pull back as it whirls around. Its eye locks on you, and your bolt just goes straight through its eye, and it smacks to the ground. You're standing there, the 3 dead hollow around you, or at least incapacitated to the point of not appearing to be alive. You don't know enough about their biology to know what life is like for a hollow.
It doesn't
Are there heavy things I can use to pin their bodies down?
Yeah, you could probably, your best bet might actually be literally to like wrap like floor panels around them or like pull up like pipe and just sort of entangle them that way.
Alternatively, can I just cut their heads off?
I knew
Yeah, you can finish their bodies however you like. As you're kind of pulling them apart, like some vague, especially for you, some vague imagery comes into your mind. You feel like this tingle, like your arm is sort of twitches for a moment, the one that is strangely colored in purple. And there is a moment of understanding and recognition that like these are not important hollow. They are ones that go ahead. They are sort of fodder for the ship to
Scouts.
They are essentially scouts, scanners. They serve the same function as sending forward a drone for the ship.
Well, they know we're here.
Can I have my arrows back?
Yeah. I knew you could do it.
Good shot.
Pull one out of the eye socket.
Thank you. I like it.
Going.
I understand your movement.
They won't all be this easy.
The quiet
I
of
think
the
we did a
ship
good job.
Neither will we.
centers around you as you continue forward
I was waiting for
into the
that.
depths of Dennis
You
Landing.
wanted squishes.
And that is where we shall leave us for the
No! We only killed like
And it's
Not
for
just
2 weeks.
leaving. Yeah.
Oh, oh my gosh, we're not back
Yeah.
next week. It's for the week after that.
like but
Cliffhanger.
What will happen?
Drifting in space with a ship digesting
but we're
the space
not in Tintoranga.
space station. There's an angry bird person that Ziana is going to rescue.
Wait, but we're not in Tonga.
Complicated
How will
reasons.
Sarah come back?
I have ideas.
Because Sarah comes back after our
Who
22.
says she needs to come back?
Dun dun
Maybe
dun.
she comes back as a hollow.
Wait,
What?
she can't because she's a
Oh
mute.
my god,
Don't
that'd be
put that-
terrible.
Dan, you are
Dan
literally
at-
the only one that could come back as a hollow because you are the only
Alright, that's
character
true.
that's
Never
not
mind.
immune.
Dan
to it.
Yeah, she's fine.
Poslins at Dan Poslins. I do not appreciate that.
Don't at her.
You've been de-added.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We will be dark next week, or at least we will not be here next
We're
week.
gonna take a nap.
We're gonna get prepared. We're gonna put on our elastic
Yeah.
pants and get ready to
Eat
Thanksgiving.
many things. As
Eat like
it is
half a meal,
here
I
in the
think.
I
US.
love mashed potatoes. I eat a little bit of
Thanksgiving.
everything and then just lots
It's not
of
about
mashed potatoes.
it's not about the quality of food, it's about the
Potatoes are
quantity of
often
food.
the only thing at Thanksgiving
Oh.
I can eat.
That's
And then,
sad but delicious.
usually not even then,
Don't ring
because
it's
people
dairy.
put tons of milk in
Yeah.
them. and I
Yeah.
can't
Can you?
stop.
No
Very
respect.
bad.
No
you
respect.
can hide
Very sad.
cauliflower in the potatoes.
I had a friend who you would have been able
That's
to
not
eat
a selling point.
fair
but
amount of
thanks.
hers. She was vegan, but she would make 6 pies. 3 vegan versions and then 3 non-vegan versions of every pie. We ate so much pie when I went to her house for Thanksgiving. It was really intense. Pie is great, so is mashed potatoes. Have an amazing holiday break if you are taking it. If not,
In America.
enjoy the show that will be on this Friday and next week on Friday. Yes, maybe? No? I don't know.
Yeah.
Spikadelics, Agents of Groove. I keep wanting to say other words
Shoe.
beginning with G.
Whoop.
Gloom. Groom. I don't know. Groot. Agents of Groove. It's going to be a wonderful psychedelic experience. Very, very 1960s spy. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be GM'd by Aniki.
Wow.
And also, other things to remember, we have a wiki. If you were confused about anything in this episode, go check that out. We also appreciate people helping contribute to that, so it's not just William creating the entire wiki for us like a crazy person, but also a community effort to make cool things happen so that you guys have information. And we will be back the following week after that. We will have 2 more episodes of season 1. I've got ideas and
what?
plans. I know. Don't worry. I was like, we're doing way cool role play, so I'm just gonna stretch everything I've got. It makes my life easier. So
I mean, we can definitely stretch in it. I don't know if you've noticed.
We can also
You-
not get into the story.
No, this is part of the story. Don't eat your notebook.
Claudia, no, you've already sacrificed one notebook.
Don't listen to her.
I have
You
the
can
other one did
do
get
whatever you
moldy.
want.
Yeah,
Claudia,
that's
no.
true.
If you have fan art, you should submit it using our fan art link. And also this Saturday we will be streaming brunch on this channel.
That's good.
I
It
was
wasn't
trying to
good.
figure out the
If
song.
you need a
It
brunch
was
song, we
shots.
made 2 other brunch songs. They
Yeah.
were better.
They were better. Clip them all and then we'll layer them all
Link
together.
them together.
So we are very close to our goal for this evening, so I'm going to go ahead and read out our donations. Thank you so much, everybody who's helping make this episode happen. We thoroughly appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, you should continue talking about Geek Space TV to all of the cool people that you know, and even the non-cool people. You should also do things like tweet it out, share it on the various social medias, and check out our Patreon as a way if you would like to have a monthly recurring donation come through. That is also super helpful because the more we are supporting each of our shows, the more we can do more shows. And we have really cool ideas like cosplay shows and other RPG shows and a brunch show. I don't know. We're just gonna throw that
Yeah,
one out there.
Actually,
A brunch show, which sounds
it's
awesome.
called Mess Hall.
It's called what?
Mess
Mess
hall.
hall. Is this gonna be like The
Perfect.
View where we talk about things, but in a positive way that doesn't hurt anybody?
Okay, I've got to find.
No,
That's
No.
not. That's not possible.
Mess
Wait, here we
Hall
go.
is the show where we eat like a fucking family.
And there
That's actually the description I've written down.
That's a
We
bad
eat
word.
like a fucking family.
It's not looking good
Which,
for your idea.
depending
No.
on where you put your commas, that might mean we eat a family, or it might
like
be
a
we
fucking family.
eat like a family that's That I'm not gonna
also
take. Nope.
incestuous.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
There's only one or two exceptions.
Yeah, there's.
plates.
Okay, so our
Like
first
Kiko with the drum.
first donation after the break that came through was from Artie Snack or Art NSC with $5.69. Fantastic job on the show tonight. You all do an amazing job. Claudia, never change. You are
I
delightful.
fell. Was that after I
Was
fell?
that after she fell out?
My giant boot got caught on my chair, and I just wanted to get water.
This
you're
next
so
one, I
precious.
believe, is a song for Hexy from Trooper SJP with $20. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. I'm psionic. Just call me Hexy. I found you, our best boy Hazy. We are soulmates, so call me Hexy.
Yay! Thank you, Trooper. DM me those.
And then Fractali with $30.
Dude, get in those ads.
I believe you can log out of your Gmail account, Claudia. I truly do.
I did that one time.
Just the ones, though.
I only needed to do it once.
Oh.
And then Banana Yan.
The other time I just burned the computer,
Banana.
so I never needed it.
Yeah.
$10, less than 3, y'all.
Thank you.
Less than 3 to you two.
And then Deceptive Mirror with $20. If Kika turns drunken dronuts into a vibe, we could rule all of space.
Danger Mouse.
I
why are you-
literally said I was not gonna do that.
But did you?
Yeah, I
mean-
You
just
said you needed to make it purr, which
Yeah.
is
I understand
And-
you guys'
Vibrating.
concern. When is Kika?
You said you wanted to get intimate with it. Like,
Yeah, go like haven't you heard like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get intimate with this novel I'm reading. We're gonna get like understand each other, like intimate in a non-sexual way.
I think that was probably an innuendo. When it was delivered.
I think we need to go back to the old school English language where not everything meant sex.
that seems.
Actually,
Claudia,
yeah.
have you read Shakespeare?
Do you know how many references to genitalia Shakespeare invented?
Yeah.
So maybe not his book. We need to go way back when there was the only book
To
was the.
the Greeks.
The Bible.
The Greeks were mad fucky, yo.
Was there ever a time in history where
god
we
had
weren't
sex
focused
with
on fucking?
every-
No,
No.
because
That's how we got here.
That's how we continue to exist. And our final donation came through
Sorry,
from Anon with
Claudia.
$24. Sir, I think this station isn't entirely stable. Thank you for creating this non-profit spelf.
Thank you.
Heart your face.
There was a salute at the end of it.
There had
Mad
to be a point
fucking-
in history.
No,
There was like,
No, there really
That's the
wasn't. That's like how
Well-
humanity is.
we're gonna have to talk about the history
Yeah,
of it.
we will.
I would like to read the dissertation that is the entire history of language. A poetry love letter about having intimacy sex.
There's an episode of Futurama you need to see. Basically, you just need to see the "Don't Date Robots" propaganda video, and
That'll be great.
that'll help you understand.
Sorry, Claudia. I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
It's fine.
Again, thank you everybody
Humans
for
are
being here, for
depravities.
watching.
It's okay. It's
We will
Depravity
be back
cavities?
again on Friday with
Cavities for
Spikadelics.
depravity.
Shh. Signing out. We'll be back again on Friday with Spikadelics, and then again on Saturday with brunch. In the meantime, hit the follow button if you haven't. Check out our Patreon, look at our Wikia, and let's find out where you can find this crew when we are not here.
For you.
Being space stations. And that's whatever.
We're being space.
I'm Dan Poslins at Dan Poslins.
I'm Claudia, but you can find me at Jackie Dash.
It was Claudia all along.
Oh, you can go find me by Jackie Dash JAKIDASH Ding. I'm gonna be sewing on Saturday morning before brunch happens, and then on Monday I'm gonna be playing Firewatch with my roommate Casey cassette tape. So it's
Two
gonna be an
super different
adventure.
things.
Hi everybody, I am Cheryl Platz, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch. You can next catch me on Twitch on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. We're very close to the end of Shadowrun Hong Kong, so join me for a playthrough and my puppets, Sprinkles and Mo.
And you can find me at Lizzie the Bold on Twitch and Twitter. I apologize, innuendo is the only language I know how to speak, which is probably why Anna invited me to be a cast member on Friday on her one shot.
I'm so excited I almost died.
That is what she said.
You can also find me on my own channel tomorrow, where I am going to be conveniently still fleeing from xenomorphs. Now they're trying to hug my face. It's really not appreciated. Alex doesn't know. Alex is the name of the xenomorph. Doesn't know how to take no for an answer, but we're gonna blow him into space. It's gonna be fine. That's me.
And
What's your Twitch name?
My Twitch name is now Random Tuesday. You can find me
The
on the
full
internet
Tuesday?
as Random Tuesday. I got the full Tuesday.
That should be your name, the Full
The
Tuesday.
full Tuesday. I do not have the ability to fully rebrand myself, Dan. However, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time, you can find me streaming on my own channel, and starting at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time, you can find me on Twitch front page as part of the cosplay showcase. We're gonna make some wings.
big ones.
It's gonna be great. They're really big. They're so large. I made so many mistakes on Tuesday, but we stopped making mistakes at some point.
I mean, you
At
just
some point,
paused.
mistakes were no longer
You just
being
paused
made.
in making mistakes.
Thanks to your vote of confidence.
Well, mistakes are the only way you can learn. I was watching a show and they talked about that.
There
Oh,
are
with the
actually other ways to
reconnaissance.
learn.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being
Why
here.
you
We
don't
will see you
activate?
again on Friday night, and we will see you again in 2 weeks on a Wednesday night after our holiday break. Have an amazing time. Thank you.
Wait, no,
everybody.
no,
Wait,
no,
what?
no,
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Bye.